very beginning.
The start.
Yep, the very
New
start.
new year, new crypto.
Dude, I know, right? It's kind of insane that we're starting this on like New Year's Eve for us anyway.
I know,
I
right?
I had I hadn't even thought about that.
Yeah. My wife brought it up to me earlier.
Yeah,
I was like, "Wow, that is something, man." Just so when something falls into place and just clicks, man. It just hey, gotta go with it.
I know, man. But do you have any New Year's resolutions?
I get rid of it. Got to get
No.
rid of this.
All
You know
right.
what I mean? I went out and I bought just recently I bought a bunch of workout equipment and stuff,
Okay.
and it's about I gave myself 6 months to reach my goal,
Okay.
and definitely I can do it.
All right. That's good to hear. Well, my New Year's resolution is be a crypto millionaire.
Well,
No, no, really. I
hey,
think
that comes with the game, though.
yeah, no, I think a good one would be actually doing this stream 3 nights a week for a whole year. That'd be crazy.
That would be a very good accomplishment.
Yeah, I mean we may miss sometimes, but I mean at least if we just keep it going,
Yeah,
because I
yeah,
know that number one problem with content creation is people just quit. Like you get a
yep,
little bit of traction, then you slow down, and the algorithms just want to see you posting content regularly. That's like the number one
yeah.
thing. But I gotta try to figure out. Hang on, I'm trying to figure out how to put this link in the Discord because I do not know. Where is it?
See something.
How do I find the link?
Well, there's a add friends to DM at the top. I don't really see a link.
Yeah, there's got to be one. Let's see. Channel. Man, come on. Come on, Twitch. Don't
I
be.
think because it's maybe. Oh, you talking about the link to the Twitch link?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I can
Got you,
just send
got
it
you.
to everyone because we said we would. And so, trying to find the link, but I'm a Twitch noob, so let's see. Dun, 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 dun. But anyway, while we're sitting here, did you see that?
That 120 BNB dump.
Yeah, man.
Oh
They
man,
they poo pooed on it.
that there was
120
another one
BNB
not too
dump.
long
Yeah,
ago. It
man.
was 100. I think it was 110.
Hang on one second. All right,
Got you.
there we go. There we go. Sorry, I was echoing all over the place. Anyway, what'd you say?
Earlier there was a 110 drop,
Mm, that's rough.
which but at the same time, man, with Tarp, dude, hey, every dip that Tarp's ever experienced, it gets ate up and it goes right to all time high.
Mm-hmm. I hope you're right, man. I'm not gonna lie. This one actually worried me a little bit. It's a little far down.
Well, somebody just sold another 20.
Yeah, it it's not doing so hot right now. Hey,
Yeah.
I lost your video. What happened there? Did you
No, I'm still.
you're
It
still can you turn it
shows
off
me
and
still
turn it back
there.
on? See if that works.
Yeah, let's try that. How's that?
Uh, it's
It,
loading. It's pretending like it wants to come back on. Here, let me disconnect and come back. There we go. I got you. There
okay.
we go. There we go. Anyway, yeah, I don't know. This one got me a little bit concerned. It just seemed to keep going. But honestly, if I had more funds, it would be a great time to buy some more tarp.
Oh, absolutely. Because hey, like I said, man, when in doubt, zoom out, man. And in all actuality, if you look out, man, if you zoom out a little bit,
Yeah.
it's not as bad as it looks.
Yeah, I got it pulled up right now. This thing is still zooming. Yeah, I mean it hit that huge spike, and I think it's starting to climb back, but yeah, It's gonna eat it. I just don't know how long it's
Yeah.
gonna take, and I hope people don't panic sell in between there.
Well, I'd say I think I mean it's quite possible that a lot of people are waiting for the Saitama to drop, and they're expecting it to drop like right after New Year's. So I mean they might just be pulling some profits just to just to buy back into it while it's still low before it skyrockets.
Yeah, I don't know,
You
man.
know,
I'm just not a believer.
I am though,
You
man.
are a believer?
It's just man, I really I have high hopes for because man, even at the least bit, man, it would have to drop 3-0, like not go up, but
Hmm.
we would have to lose three more zeros for me to be at a loss.
Well, that's you, bro. I bought in way late, way late. I'm barely up $200 right now from where I bought.
Really?
Yeah, but at the peak, I think I put in $300 whenever you told me to, and it
Yeah.
at the peak was like 1,700 or something like that. And
Yeah, yeah.
I should have sold then, but
I like to say I bought I think over maybe 4 or 5. I made my first purchase back in at the end of June. I think it was like June 30th. I made my first purchase of Saitama at I think I put like $60 on it just to be like, yeah, I got a little bit. If it does something, it does something. If it don't.
yeah.
And then it went up a little bit, and I made a couple purchases after that. That was mainly because the gas fees was still pretty low at that time. I think my max gas fee was like $10,
Mm.
and then I think total I've got maybe $600 into it, and
What's that worth now?
it's almost 6 grand.
Oh man.
Yeah,
Oh, so a nice 10x.
yeah. Which even then that's with me I took a little bit of profits to dispute it to disperse it into a couple other projects that I made a little bit of money off of, but right now my Saitama bag is I'm at about a little almost 6 grand.
Okay. Now, how do you decide? Like, let's say you're like, all right, I want to take some of this Saitama out and send it into another project. What? How do you
Hey,
how do you make your mind up on that?
when I first when I first made my little bit of money on Saitama, I was like excited because that was like the biggest. When I was up 3 grand, I was like, oh, wow. Like
Yeah, that first
I couldn't
win.
I couldn't believe it because before then, man, the biggest profit I ever made off of a token was I made like $1,300 off of Doge.
Okay.
And at that point, that was my biggest, you know, that was my biggest amount of profit at one point. And then after the Elon, well, actually during the SNL episode with Elon, I was watching the chart on my Robinhood because that was Robinhood was the very first thing somebody kept telling me about Robinhood and to buy into Doge and everything, and I put like $100 into it, and I made $1,300 off $100.
Yeah, that's pretty
So
decent. So what was that? Another
so
a little over 10x, what 13x on that?
yeah, just about.
When did you
And
buy
then
it? What was it?
man, I bought it. It was less than 2 cents.
Mm. Yeah, so
Yeah.
you were real early.
Man, I wasn't as early as the
Yeah,
guy that told me to buy it.
yeah, these .009s. I'm looking at the 1 year chart. It was looking like
Yeah.
2 zeros it was sitting at, and then it pumped up
Yeah.
to 1 0, and then at the peak, what, like 60, 70 cents? Whew.
Yeah, it was. I think it peaked out at like it was either 68 or 73. For some reason there's a lot of conflicting information on that. But I know for sure my Robinhood at one point it said 73 cents.
Mm.
But like I say, they're on like CoinMarketCap. I think they're saying like the high was like 68 or something like that.
Yeah.
So,
Well, you
but
gotta.
I cashed out when it first started dropping during the SNL show, and I cashed out at 63 cents.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So
Yeah. Well, you gotta. You gotta know that like there's always discrepancies like that in small amounts because all the different markets and they're
Yeah.
just like trying to take an average of all of them. So on Robinhood it
Yeah.
might have been that high, whereas in other places it might not have got that high.
Yeah. Yeah. Right about that.
How did you know that you were at the peak though? Because I mean I'm looking at this chart.
I didn't.
You
It's luck. Pure luck. Pure
dumb
luck.
luck. That's
Yeah,
what you
because I
think it
cashed
is?
out. I cashed out. It dropped to like I think I want to say it dropped to like 54 cents, and I bought back into it, and it dropped down to like 52, and then bounced back up to like 57. And I was
Yeah.
like, "Fuck it, I'm cashing out. I'm done. I'm done." I wanted to scrape my little money together, and luckily I did because man, that's when it started tanking down and into the 30s.
Okay.
And like I said, man, that was pure luck. I got into crypto in January of this year, just on somebody saying, "Hey, just put $100 into this coin."
Mm-hmm.
Okay, whatever, $100.
Yeah.
And then like I said, I was like, "Pff, I can actually make money off of this, man. What the hell?"
All right. So for the people, how much have would you say that you've profited since January? Pure
Since
profits.
January, in prop, well, okay, so actually
Actually, let's say
taking.
this. Let's say this. How much have you put in, do you think, from your bank account? And how
So
much
out of my pocket this
uh
whole year, I've got less than 3 grand into crypto.
whew.
I went and I counted it up. I counted it up. Out of my pocket is 3 grand, and like the rest is I've been playing Monopoly with profits.
I love the way you put that. Playing Monopoly. That's how it feels. All right. And what's your total crypto portfolio right now, would you say?
Right now, I'm over 100K.
Whew.
Total with everything, yeah, total with everything, I'm over 100K, and that's right now with the Tarp dip,
So yeah, with the tarp on the dip.
and like I say, I'm down 20 grand today off on Tarp.
Okay.
So,
Whew. So that
but
uh
it's gonna come back. It's coming back. Tarp.
so what's that? I gotta know this. What's your so you put 3,000 in and you said you're at
And
a
that's
hundred
over a period
grand.
of time. It's like because my wife, you know, what I mean, she don't mess with crypto. So like when she started seeing me throwing, I think the very first time I threw a couple $100 into something, she was like, "Well, you just throwing your money away, just throwing your." So I was like, "All right, fine." So I just started doing maybe $20, $40 every week, just investing in something. You know what I mean? And that's I've lost, like I said, I've lost money.
Hmm.
It's when you're dealing with these scammers and these rug pulls, man. It's hard, especially when you know you got people throwing in, a little bit of their savings,
Hmm.
and then they get rug pulled, man. It's a hard thing, but you can't let it discourage you. And I definitely didn't get discouraged. Hey, I may have lost 150, $200 on this one, but this other one that I had some money into was up 600. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? So it's like, well, yeah, I lost money, but at the same time, I made profits over here, so I'll just have to work with my profits that's over here.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, yeah, I think that's a hard thing for a lot of people. Like if you get in and your first play is a big L,
That's hard. It's
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 hard.
tough.
It's hard to
It's
take,
tough.
right? Because you're not on that
Yeah.
level of like, all right, I've made money here and I've lost money there. Where I feel like me and you had that luxury, right? Because my first big win
Yeah.
was SHIB, and that was my first real move into crypto in any
Yeah.
real way. And but I can't imagine, right? Like, let's say if I put $1,000 in and I lose 600 of my $1,000 on my first move, that's rough. Like
Yeah, it is.
that's gonna hurt people. So
Well, I mean, that's why I said, that's like anytime I've ever, especially here recently, man, because I've got so many people asking about it. Because like close family and stuff like that, they're like, hey, how do I get in? How do I get? I'm like, look, first of all, I'm gonna tell you what, do some research. Because I made the mistake. I just kept tossing money into random shit, or excuse me. I kept throwing money into random things, and it was hit or miss whether I made a couple $100 or I lost a couple $100.
Mhm.
And it's like it's one of those learning curves as far as you really have to look into your, into what you're researching, especially when you're diving into new waters, like recently when I just went on Dex Tools and looked at new live pairs. I was like, I want to get into something else early. I got into Tarp
Mm-hmm.
early. I made a little bit of money. I want to jump into something else early, and it turned out to be a honeypot. And I lost. I think I lost almost two BNB off of that one,
Mm-hmm.
and just gone. And I think BNB was like 540
Yeah.
a BNB. I think it was somewhere around there.
Mm-hmm.
Is and but the difference between now and then is now I'm like, okay, well, I chuck up that loss and move on to the next project. But
Yeah.
then if I would have lost that money, you know 7 months ago,
Yeah.
it'd been hard for me to stay in to crypto, man.
Mm-hmm.
Not understanding the ins and out and the risk that you're taking,
Yeah.
especially when you're diving into new waters.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, for those of you who don't know, a honeypot is a coin on PancakeSwap, Uniswap, any exchange. They would never be on a centralized exchange, but on a decentralized exchange, you can go and you can buy the coin with whatever crypto that you have. So, like if it's a Binance coin, you're exchanging it for BNB or BUSD, and you can buy it. But then whenever you turn around and try to sell it, you can't. They in the code they've only whitelisted a few addresses that will be able to sell. And so if you go somewhere like Dex Tools, I'll pull it up. If you go on Dex Tools, you can scroll down right here and you can see all these different transactions. What you'll notice on these honeypots is that all of the cells will be from the same address. So like right here, you can see under the maker category or the maker column, you can see this one is from the wallet address ending in 63BB, and then right here is 055, and then this one is 9BFF. So these are all different cells, so you know that this is most likely not honeypot, which I know this isn't for sure. This is Tarp, but if you're looking at a token and it looks too good to be true, make sure to check that because they will get you. And that was also my
Yeah.
first big L. A friend of mine sent me a link about a coin that was supposedly dropping, and I trusted him. I didn't do my own research, so I mean, I'm not blaming him. And I put two BNB in, and then I couldn't get it out, and that hurt. that,
Yeah.
that that really sucked. That ruined my week for sure. I mean, it at that point I had made a lot more than that, but it was not a good feeling. I was sick to my stomach. Like I was,
Yeah.
oh, it was terrible. And the terrible thing is what they'll do is they'll make these coins and they'll make the price spike, right? So like you're looking at it on the chart and it's going up and up and up, and you'll see like,
Oh,
oh wow, I've
green
already
candle
made,
this tall.
yeah, and you'll be like, oh man, I just made 7 BNB. This is incredible. And then you go to sell and you realize you actually just lost 2 BNB, and that, oh dude,
Yeah.
that's a tragic feeling. So those are
Yeah.
something to look out for if you're going. But and also those happen a lot with like copycats. Like if you're on. So if we go to Dex Tools right here, we're in Binance, and you want to look at the Tarp chart, you can see this is the real one, but these are 1, 2, 3, 4 fake ones.
Yeah.
And so if you were to put your money into these, you'd get burnt.
Yeah.
100% of the time, you'd be burnt. So that is something to look out for sure. And I think that's honestly a greater. I mean, it's not a greater risk than losing your money on just like a coin going down, but it hurts worse because there's no. At least if you lose money on a coin, you can be like, all right, this might go back up. I'm holding out. I'm holding out. But
Yeah.
on a honeypot, you're just screwed. You lost it.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. So was that your what would you say your biggest loss is so far?
That was my biggest loss.
Okay, you're 1,000.
A lot of the other yes, that was my biggest loss. So there was one coin I got into, man. I think the main part of it was I didn't understand the tokenomics, so it was like a rebase token. I'm still not even familiar with rebase tokens. And I'm because of my experience with the one, which was GRV, Gravit token,
Mm-hmm.
which you don't even hardly hear of them right now, man, because uh, I lost about I think I lost point 0.5 ETH on that one.
Mm.
No, it wasn't 0.5. It was about $400. I
Okay.
thought I lost about
Okay.
$400 on it because what they do is they burn. Basically, you buy into it, you get a certain amount of tokens, and they burn your tokens to keep up with liquidity. And
Mm.
it's one. Supposedly, you own like a portion of the market cap. Even though your tokens are burned, you still own that portion of that market cap through their website or exchange or whatever. And I like to say I still don't understand it. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't either. I'm
when
not
I
familiar
when
with
I
it.
saw when I saw my tokens start getting burned and I was down $300, I went on ahead. I just pulled my money out.
Yeah.
But it was a very smart move on my part because I had gotten into another couple tokens with those same funds, and I made money off of those.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's yeah. That was a good move. Yeah, I'm not familiar with those type of coins either, so I don't know. Probably would stay away.
weird. They're very weird, especially if you don't, because you get people on there. It's like, oh well, they just basically just restate what's on the website,
Mm-hmm.
and not going into any further of how it's how it actually works.
Yeah.
So, and it was too confusing for me, and I stick to what I know.
Yep.
And yeah, luckily, I'm telling you, man. Luckily, matter of fact, that was right after that is when I got into Nico token.
Ah, okay.
You started telling me about Nico, and I was like, okay, let me okay, let me go. This is something early. Let me
Mm-hmm.
get in on it.
Oh,
And I
doing
used
it
I used my
real.
funds. Do what?
As I said, it's real. It was real early.
Yeah.
Still early.
So yeah, got in real early, got into the Discord real early and stuff, and got in with the got in on the pre-sale, and I'm still in it. Like I mean I took a little bit of profit to reinvest into some other tokens,
Mm-hmm.
but I still got a nice bag of Nico, and it's staying in there, because I have it. I have a lot of hope for the project, especially with everything that you guys got going on. It's a beautiful thing, and man, the biggest thing that drew me to it and has kept me in it is the transparency, man. When you're dealing with a team that is just like that, hey, you got a question, they answer it.
Yeah.
When you got something going on, if you incur an issue, whether it's good or bad, hey, you bring it to
Mm-hmm.
the group, let us know. So we're like, okay, well, hey, as long as you let us know, man, hey, we keep it pushing, man, and sticking in there.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's something that really sucked. And that was like my mission in Neko really was like, let's have a project that's like the leaders are actually active in the community and you can ask questions and have them answered. And if I'm not available, everyone else is, and someone can most likely answer the question. And
Yeah,
it really sucks with a lot of these other tokens, man. You never hear from the leaders, and it's just like
yeah,
you're just going on faith that anything about it is even real. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
that's I mean
yeah,
not that you couldn't be like I mean I guess if just because some dev is replying to you doesn't make it automatically not a rug pull or something like that, but
yeah,
just if they take the time to be present where like I got into that world of the fish token, right? And I had like a huge concern because there was this smart contract that was just selling. Like every few seconds, it was selling like $100 worth,
yeah.
and it was just holding down the price. Like it was literally like every 5 seconds, and I had like a huge
Wow.
concern. And I went into the Telegram and I was like, guys, what is this smart contract that's just dumping? And then I went to like BSC scan and it showed that wallet address was holding like an insane percentage, and I was like, man, what is this? Is this just the dev team just dumping? They call that a slow rug, where the
Yeah,
dev team is just like they're not doing it all at once. They're slowly rug pulling you, and the price is like maintaining, and they're just like slowly rugging.
yeah,
And so I looked into it, and no one would answer my question. No one would answer my question. And then I ended up finding out through my own research that it was actually 1inch, which is like a platform, sort of like on Dex Tools. You know how you can swap
yeah,
through like Pancake swap through there. If you do that,
yeah,
everyone, all those transactions come from the same wallet address. So it looks like one address is dumping all of that, but really it's just a bunch of people using that platform.
The exchange, yeah.
So that's what that was. So that was good to know. But I was like, man, why is there no one here that will answer my question? Because it's just everybody was just users. And like, I don't know what that is, and I don't know. It wasn't great. But I'm sure we'll run into some more issues as we grow. So
Yeah.
probably be a good problem to have, but whatever. But I see Tarp is actually starting to climb a little bit again. Nothing crazy yet, but it's on a upward trend. And can I move my face? There we go. That's what I'm talking about. All right. It's dipping back up into the 4-4 region. So that's
Okay.
good. That's good. Seems like it's gonna eat it. It just might take time. If I had more funds, man, I'd definitely put more in. But
Yeah, I don't. I was in the Discord earlier, and after there was two big transactions. I think it was like 110, and then another 80 BNB after that. And then Chad Reddings hopped in, and it was like, oh, I've been waiting for this. So apparently, I didn't get to look back on the transactions just yet, but I'm thinking that he bought in on the dip finally, and
yeah, I see it right here. Today there was 120 BNB dump, 103. Well, here I'll say it. 103, 83, 49, 46, 21, and 20. Those are the biggest dumps from today. So that's a lot.
Hey, but it is what it is, because the wallet that dumped the 110, I think that wallet's now empty.
Okay.
So it was either empty or it was close to being empty as far as what I was in the Discord. I didn't actually look at the wallet myself. I probably should have, but I mean, it is what it is. I mean, those bigger wallets, as they move down the chain, I move higher, because as far as Tarp, I'm in the top 100 wallets right now. So, or I think I might be either that, or I might be down, but I'm pretty close to it. I'm definitely higher than top 50.
You'll probably keep going up with all these people dumping if you hold.
Yeah. Definitely. And I'm holding.
Yeah, with all these big red candlesticks, every one of those represents some guy who had a whole bunch and is getting out. Yep. And so now that moves you up the chain.
I think, and a matter of fact, I think with if we would have hit the sixes, today, I think that would have made three. If I remember correctly, I think there's 3 or 4 wallets that they would have had $1 million.
Nice. That's crazy.
Yeah, because I think they've got there's like 3 wallets with over 20 billion Tarp.
Oof.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I know, right? That's amazing though. It's amazing.
That's crazy.
Especially, man, because Tarp came out, like, I remember when Moonshot was talking about it on Chad's YouTube stream, it's, I ought to come out with my own, because I think there was a couple rug pulls that happened, and he was like, I ought to come up with one of my own, and we'll just call it rug pull or something like that. And it was a running joke for a while. Even Chad, we tell, because he had a thing with milk bags, because he's Canadian. So I think there was a milk bag or something, or they was making a joke about it, and they was like, yeah, Chad need to come out with the milk bag token, and it was a joke for a very, very long time. And then I remember seeing when Moonshot was like, hey, well, you know what, this is becoming a reality, and I was like, I'm on it.
Yeah.
Because of the type of following that he has, man. I mean, he's a very knowledgeable guy and pretty open and honest, man. Like him and I'm sorry, is it Justin? I think it's Justin. Yeah. Mike, Justin. So him and Justin, man, they no, it's Mike. Justin is Moonshot, ain't it?
It is Moonshot, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and then it's Mike. So Justin and Mike, man, they do this whole time ever since they released, man. I mean, it's like the same thing with Neko, man. It's complete honesty, man. They just let everything out, and they're just like, hey, this is what's happening, and it's like, oh wow, it's when you're a part of something like that. especially after it's released and the devs are still there talking to you. It's
Yep.
like, okay,
Yep.
okay, they ain't about to disappear on us. And then the another big thing is being able to see somebody's face.
Yep. Yeah. That's
Then when you put a face to the name, man, that's a game changer.
yeah. Nobody does that, man. That's unheard of. Which is stupid, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hope that he does come out. I hope Chad comes out with a milk bag token next, because then we can make another 100 grand real quick.
Hey, for real though, man. That's and I guarantee just off the hype alone, I mean, it would
Oh.
release in 10x
Oh yeah,
at
oh
least.
yeah. It would do the same,
Just
especially with this whole situation with how he supported Moonshot, and then it's Tarp is Moonshot's token, and now it's Chad's turn. It would
yeah,
boom. I think it would do a
yeah,
similar thing, right? Just based off the hype of Tarp, unless Tarp just
yeah.
happens to crash between now and then. But if it
Oh no,
stays,
hey, okay. So the thing with Tarp, I don't know if you've seen it earlier. I seen it in the Discord earlier. So they just announced that they submitted, they got their application in with Saitama, and they already meet all of their requirements.
oh nice.
So be and they've been in contact, especially Moonshot. They've been in contact with the team for Saitama or Saitama for a while,
Well, yeah,
and
jumping just from promotion and all
Mike
that.
Mike Thompson he just became a Tarpy. I think it was a couple days ago.
Nice.
And he's
Yeah.
he's real big in promoting
Hmm.
promoting the Saitama promoting Saitama. So it's hey, that's amazing, man. It's
You wait. You
I'm
really?
just imagining. So I'm thinking I'm playing around with money now. So I'm just imagining what I'm going to be playing around with.
Yeah, down the road. Yeah, if they can keep the hype up, man. I mean, I'm looking at the
Yeah,
chart now. It's a stupid run up. It's crazy.
yeah.
And just so everybody knows, I also bought in at the very beginning, like right down here, and I put 5 BNB in, and within 5 minutes on this first green candlestick, right here, my 5 BNB, I turned around. I shouldn't have sold it. If I hadn't sold it, I'd be sitting at 3 to 400K right now. But I immediately sold it for 35K. So within 5 minutes of this first candlestick of it launching, I don't know exactly what time I got in, but in this first green candlestick, I bought and sold and 30K within 5 minutes, man. That was the biggest win in that short of a time for sure. That was
Yeah.
insanity. That's why I'm saying I hope Chad makes a Chad makes a token next.
Yeah.
People have been
Well,
trying
not
to.
yet. I don't want it I don't want it to steal. I don't want them to steal Tarp's thunder just yet.
Yeah,
You
that's
know what I'm
right.
saying? Because
Yeah.
there's a lot of people that of course, a lot of followers of Moonshot. They follow Chad, and
Yeah. It's a
they
lot
would
of overlap there.
immediately jump on it.
Yeah, for sure. Man, it's crazy. Yeah, that was a huge win. I got into a token I wanted to talk to you about. Just get your opinion on it. Let's see if I can find it up here. Saw it up here in the hot pairs on Dex Tools. Let me see. Um, oh man, I just realized that I wasn't sharing my screen whenever I was talking about that first candlestick. Oops. Anyway,
Oh,
all right, this token called Jade. It's BUSD, so it's Binance, but with their stable token, and it is super interesting. So right now it's sitting at $57, and I actually threw a little bit into here when it was at like 40 something. But I just found it up here, and their whole thing is they're like some type of a VC fund, and they're trying to um, basically they have their token backed to a certain dollar amount. So the lowest that it can drop to is $15 right now.
you know
Uh,
what? I heard about this a little bit ago, but I didn't know enough about it, and I didn't even look into it. That
yeah, if you
and
go to their website, it's pretty interesting. I'm trying to get my. Hang on, let me just. I'm gonna hide my face for a second so
Wow,
people.
look at that run up right there,
Yeah,
man.
so people can
Jeez.
see
And it's
what.
just consolidating right now.
Yeah, but on their website, Yeah, it's saying that the floor price that the lowest it could drop to right now is $15 because it's backed. So something about this, I don't fully understand it. Maybe you, I don't really know. I don't know if they're like, I have no idea the ins and outs of this, but it's super interesting. But they have over $70 million supposedly, and they have $16 million to back it, and their whole goal. I was like reading through their Twitter and everything, and their goal is to get their floor price up to $1,000, right? So meaning they're able to back their token to the smallest amount being $1,000. So if that were to happen from right now, that'd be pretty insane, right? Because I mean it's
Yeah,
$50 right now,
definitely.
and if the cheapest it could go is $1,000, that would be that'd be a pretty big win. So
Yeah, see, that's not even that old either.
no, it just had a
I
run. I
think it
think
came out on the 17th, I think.
yeah, yeah, it's pretty new. Uh, and it did do a major. It fell super hard
Yeah,
whenever it first came
yeah.
out, and now it's like starting to climb again and stabilize a little bit. I think I put uh, what I put. I think I put like two BNB into it or something like that, and
Okay.
I'm up a little bit, a couple dollars, nothing crazy, but yeah, I don't know. I think it's a super interesting project, and just the idea of if it can go if I think I have 10 Jade. So if it goes up to $1,000 floor price, that puts me at 10K. So that would
Yeah,
be
definitely. Wow.
from a
Okay.
thousand. So it's a 10x. So I don't know what their time frame is on that. I think they said I can go to their Twitter real quick. I think they said within a year is like their time
Really?
frame. Yeah. Let me see here. Jade's Warpath to $1,000 has been released. So here's a Medium article talking about how it's all pegged and the ins and outs of it. And I don't know. I think it's pretty interesting though. It's definitely different from all these other meme coins that aren't really like offering any value.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely. And
uh,
that's my thing nowadays, man. It's just like I really don't want to. I really try not to promote anything unless it's got some kind of utility or use
yeah.
case. You know what I'm saying? Just it's got to do something than just
Hmm.
than just a group of people saying, "Hey, yeah, we're gonna throw some money at it. This gonna be worth this much." And it's
Yeah.
like, and then it's like it gets up a little bit, and then everybody takes their profits, and then
Hmm.
it's or either they just completely dump it, and then the project just it goes away.
Hmm.
You know, so
Yeah.
especially because then when it first goes up, you got your devs, especially man. It's just it's with the I don't know, man. It's got to do something for me to even be
Yeah.
like, you know what, I'm gonna invest into it.
Well, that's the
I'm gonna give it 3-6 months to perform, or if it doesn't, then I'm out.
Yeah, that's the hard part right now, right? With all these pump and dumps, man. Because um, all these pump and dumps, right? They have no utility, so the price goes up, and everybody's like, "Ooh, money!" Right? And they see dollar signs,
Yeah,
they take their profit, and it just falls, and then it's like, well, it has no redeeming traits to bring it back up again, and everyone's just on to the next one, right? And
yeah,
that's not great. So a token like this is actually super interesting, or any of them, I guess, with utility are
yeah,
better. But this one to me is pretty interesting. I mean, it seems like what they're doing is it says they have a $50 million investment treasury, and I guess they're using that money, investing it, and trying to make more money. And I guess if they're successful, they have a higher backing treasury, and then slowly as their backing treasury rises, so does their floor
yeah,
price and the ability that they're able to back their token. So I think that's pretty cool.
yeah,
And,
yeah, definitely.
and I think tokens being backed is something that needs to happen more, honestly. Because
Yeah,
if we want to see crypto be an actual currency, right? Like there's no way it can be a currency in my head, not like an actual currency that could replace the dollar if it's not
yeah,
stabler than it is. Like
yeah,
there needs to be tokens that only fluctuate X%, right? Because you
yeah,
you can't pay an employee, like let's say if you're my employee and I pay you in Ethereum and I pay you enough money to pay your bills and pay your rent, and then you wait 3 days to cash it out, or whatever, um, and then all of a sudden it's dropped 30% and now you can't pay your bills. Like there's just no way
yeah,
that can be a sustainable like thing. So I think tokens like this are super interesting that are like trying to back uh, their value with something. And I mean, I know they're stable coins, but I'm just saying overall, like if
Yeah.
crypto, if we're gonna leave crypto where it is as just like an alternate stock market, then by all means let's just leave it super volatile. But
Yeah.
if it's gonna be a true currency, there's gonna have to be some sort of stabilizing of these prices.
Yeah. And that's another thing with SHIB. I know a lot of people are hating on SHIB, and they're like, "Oh, well, it's over. It's I bought it at the top, and it's down so far, and I've lost so much money." Well, SHIB's got a lot of stuff coming for it, and I think
Yeah.
if I'm speaking correctly, I think Shibarium is going to be its stable coin.
No, Shibarium I think is
Is that?
their Shibarium is their blockchain or their layer two
That's
solution.
right. That's
But
right.
yeah,
Okay. Yeah. So okay,
their
I'm
other thing.
misspeaking on
What is
that.
it called? I can't remember. What is it? I can't remember. They've released it. The name of their I think they're saying that their stablecoin will be pegged to 1 cent is what they're doing.
Yes.
So
That's what
yeah,
I thought. I thought that was the name of it, but
nah, Shibarium is
it's
their
supposed to be
block.
something else.
Yeah, I can't remember. Is it? I don't remember. It's some other dog thing. I'm pretty sure, if I'm
Yeah,
not
yeah, yeah.
mistaken.
Because hey, speaking of dog thing, have you seen Leash lately?
Nah, what's it doing?
Jeez.
Is it pumping?
Yeah.
Really? Hold
Yep.
up. We gotta go look at this. Is Leash on CoinMarketCap?
I
Yeah,
don't.
it is.
Is
It's
it?
pulled up anyway. No, it died recently.
Oh no. Last time I looked at it, it was a couple days ago, but it had went up after their announcement of their this big burn that they're doing.
Oh well, I'm looking at it on this. Oh, maybe okay. I'm looking.
Or
I'm just
no,
looking
or
for.
is it Bone?
Might have been.
I think it might have been
No,
Bone.
you're right. It's Leash. It went from about 1,200 to hovering in like the $1,500 range right now. I was looking. Sorry, I was just looking at today. That's why I was confused. But it died super hard today. But
Did it? Oh, I didn't even look at it today.
Bone is one of my favorite tokens. I don't know why. I've made a bunch of money off of it, and I just love it. Even though it it hasn't done that well,
Yeah.
I really like it.
Well, when Shiba, well, no, it's see Bone. If you look on the, yeah, Bone had a big run up, and it's consolidating now.
Yeah, yeah. If you're looking on the 7 day chart, yeah, because it was down to what $1.25.
$1.20, yeah, $1.23,
I made a
somewhere
decent
around
chunk
there.
recently. I bought it at it was way back. Where it was down at like 87 cents, and I put 3 grand into it, and I sold it
Uh-huh.
when it was up at $3. So that was a nice little win. But that
Nice,
was just, but well,
nice.
because I've been following Bone since it launched, right? So I was like there when it like
Yeah,
first launched, and it like shot up to like $70 or something insane, and then it immediately like crashed super hard, and then it hovered in like the $10 range, and then the $5 range, and then it was hovering in that $5 range for like a super long time, and then I saw it just
yeah,
slowly fall, and then it just crashed down to below a
yeah,
dollar, and I was like, "There's no way it's gonna stay below a dollar. That's crazy." And so I was like, "I'm throwing some money into it." And so that time that was the second time I took like money from my savings and actually put it in and bought some Bone and then just held
gotcha.
it. And it was about a month later it spiked. That's whenever the market recovered and everything
Yeah,
started going back up, and it just zoomed.
yeah. I got into Bone close to its high, and that was one I lost a little bit of money off out of.
Well, wait,
Not
close
to.
to its high meaning what? Like what? How much?
I think I was up. It was like somewhere around 450 or something like that. I got
Okay,
into it,
all right, yeah.
and then it started diving. I think I finally cashed out when it hit like $3,
Hmm.
and I was like, oh man, that was, it kind of sucked. It hit my heart, man. Especially man, because I had so much, with all the hype that was going around
Oh yeah.
Shiba and Shiba Swap. I went on ahead. I went in Shiba Swap. I staked. I think it was 100 million.
Hmm.
And then I just, I was planning on letting that just sit and gain, man. And then I just seen it tanking and tanking and tanking. I was like, oh,
Yeah, it didn't do. It hasn't done well, and I think it will. You know what I think it is? I think the problem with Bone right now is that there's too much being minted to all the liquidity holders
yeah,
and the stake people. You know, because they're on that schedule of like at the beginning. And that was another thing. I made a bunch of money off of that. You know, in the first 2 weeks of that was the first time I learned about liquidity. I didn't know the first thing about liquidity. Like I don't know what this is. I was just watching YouTube videos on like how do I do this thing because I read that they were the first 2 weeks were gonna be like insane rewards because they were gonna mint a ton of bone and pay it out to the
yeah,
early liquidity providers. And so I put $400 in and I ended up making like I don't know, like 4 or 5 grand of bone in that first week, and it's still locked because they locked like I don't know whatever percentage. But anyway, and so like as it goes, they're minting less and less and less bone. So once we get to a
yeah,
point where there is not a lot of bone to be minted or being minted rather, it should spike, especially
yeah,
if SHIB comes out with Shibarium and their stable coin and they actually like make a legitimate ecosystem and then you have Bone as the governance token and there's not a lot being minted. I think it's going to make a lot of people a lot of money. I mean, I've seen predictions. I don't know if it'll go this high, but I've seen predictions of $100 Bone. And that'd be
really?
yeah, that's what people
Ooh,
yeah, I've seen that. A legitimate $100 Bone. But you have to I mean, there's not that many in circulation, so I think it's possible, but Shib would really have to be doing something for that to work, and they'd have to come out with
yeah,
like a super cool, like a DAO system where like, because right now they haven't really released anything about it. They're like, yeah, it's gonna be our governance token. It's like, okay, but what does that get me? And they're like, oh, it gets you a vote, and it's like, okay, but what does the vote get me?
yeah,
And they're just like, oh, well, just
yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
And it's like, okay, well, then this token means nothing. But the interesting thing is that I think I read somewhere you have to have at least 1,000 bone to actually get a vote in whatever their voting system is. So that's actually
yeah,
quite a bit depending on. I guess the price right now, $1.60. If you had 1,000, it'd only be what 1,600, and that's not that bad.
yeah,
But at its peak, 5,000. If it was $5, 5,000 dollars in bone is quite a lot just to get a vote on you don't even know what. And it
yeah,
seems like so far that they're not giving anybody votes on anything. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Because just the way they've been, I don't know, they've just been making all these decisions. We're going to release Shibarium. We're going to release a stablecoin. And we're going to do this. We're going to do that. We're
yeah.
releasing our NFTs. And nobody with any bone got any say in any of that. And it's like,
I know,
so I was like,
I
what are
know.
you're
It's
telling me this is a governance token and it's not governing anything.
yeah, yeah. I mean, just for a while there, man, they just went silent on everything.
Yeah.
And the only thing, man, I still like my Shib. I'm still into Shib, but I don't like it when Shiboshi kind of he gets out on his little tweets, man, and
Yeah.
starts bashing stuff like a child, man. It's just it really takes away from the project when he gets out there and starts just it's
Yeah.
like, come on, man, you need to be a little bit more professional than that.
Yeah, I see him out
It's
there just like trash talking to other people.
yeah,
Just like, I'm real, bro. What are you doing? And it's just like,
yeah.
come on,
It's
bro.
like, what are you
Yeah,
12, man?
yeah,
Come
I
on.
know. But you got to think though, we can't imagine the amount of like hate and like trash he gets talked to him every day. It's
Yeah,
like he's a big deal, and people are just
yeah.
trashing him left and right. I'm sure.
But I
Which
mean, when especially when you're that popular, man, it comes with the territory, man.
yeah,
You're gonna,
absolutely.
as many millions of people there is around the world with internet access. You're gonna have, you know, even if half of them are gonna hate you,
Yeah, no, that's true.
for one reason or another. You're gonna have your haters, man. It just comes with the territory. Just be professional about it and be like, and keep it pushing.
Yeah. Oh, especially if you're in a thing like crypto, man. Because if you're if you're in crypto, right? Like all these
Yeah,
people who bought SHIB whenever it was at 9, 409,
yeah,
that are now down, like what, a lot, then
yeah,
they hate him, and it's like, that sucks. You know, it's like you don't deserve that. It's not your fault.
But I mean, a lot of that hate, though, man, it sucks. But a lot of that hate comes from people that invested $20, and it's like,
Oh, I
oh
know
my
that.
God, I'm
That's
down to
true.
15. Oh my
Yeah,
God, my life is over. You know what I'm saying? It's like, come on,
that's
man.
definitely
What
true.
this is crypto, man. And you
Yeah,
put some skin in the game, and
yeah.
then
Then
do
you
a
can
little
be
bit of
mad.
complaining.
Yeah. I saw one. This cracked me up. I don't know. It's burned into my memory. This dude on Elon Musk, one of Elon Musk's tweet that was like not about crypto. I follow Elon Musk, but not because not because his crypto tweets that much. It's more like I'm super interested in SpaceX and the Neuralink and all that
Oh yeah,
crazy stuff. And so, but one of his things, it was on like the first, their first rocket that could take off and then like re-land upright, and so it doesn't like have to waste the engine. And I was like
yeah.
reading the comments, and some guys like, "F you, Elon! I took my daughter's college savings that I've been working on for the last 30 years, and I put it into Dogecoin, and I lost all of it. F you, Elon! You mother effer! I'm gonna come kill you." And I was just like,
What?
bro, you don't have anyone to be mad at but yourself, dude. Come on, you
Yeah,
idiot. And all the other comments were like grilling him, like, dude, that's your fault. You
exactly.
should never have done that. That was
You know,
stupid.
it's just like the politician when he paid his taxes. $11 billion in taxes, and then somebody gonna come on TV and tell you that you should have paid more. It's like, are you
Yeah.
serious, man?
Mm-hmm.
Come on, come on.
Yeah.
And
Bro.
it's with the crypto game, man. I see it more often than not. A token will go down a half. Not even it'll go down like 0.01%, and they're like, "Oh my God, it's just a scam."
Yeah,
It's
no,
like, come on,
absolutely.
man.
Especially if you're talking about a new token that like just launched,
Yeah,
man, it goes down a little bit. Rug pull, it's a rug
yeah.
pull. I was like, man, yeah,
Immediately, and it's like, when you're investing, man, you gotta give it some time, especially new projects. With new projects, you got to give it some time.
hmm
It's going to pump, and then it's going to drop, and then it's going to level off, and then I'd rather have natural growth over pump and dumps any day.
yeah. I mean that you
You know,
gotta. If you look at any project, that's what you'll see. At launch, it peaks, and then it slowly falls, and it slowly falls, and it slowly falls, and then it crashes, and then it starts to build back up. I mean,
yeah,
that's healthy growth, and that's what like I mean, Shib did it, Dogecoin did it, like every coin
yep,
ever has done it. They start and they pump super high because all the paper hands come and they want a quick buck, they
yep,
want a 2x, 3x their money, and then they dip, and that's fine. That's what happens,
yeah,
and it just is what it is. But people are impatient. I mean, one of the
yeah,
things, I don't know if I heard it somewhere or I just came up with it. This isn't true for me because I was never into the stock market, but a lot of people who are into crypto came from the stock market, and the reason they switched from the stock market to crypto is because they weren't making money fast enough in the stock market,
yeah,
right? So it's
yeah,
like the most impatient, because people who are patient are still in the stock market and they're making a lot of money. But people who are
yeah.
impatient, they left, and not in every case, but they left the stock market to come to crypto. And so because they're like, oh, I could make $1 million overnight, which you can make a lot of money, but it doesn't
It's
really
it's
happen.
very and it's very possible, but
hmm
at the same time, it's the risk you incur.
Yeah, but you
You
got to
know,
be patient about it, bro. Like you can't
yeah,
literally expect to put in money and then all of a sudden you're a millionaire. Like that is not how any
yeah.
of it works. So for me with Shib, I invested in July of not this last year, but the year before, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, I basically invested in July, and it was at like .60 and a 5, and it didn't do anything. Everyone is like, oh my goodness. Well, I got into it before Shiba Swap launched, and everybody's like, once Shiba Swap launched, this thing is gonna take off. We're all gonna be so rich.
Hey,
And
same
and so
thing,
I
man.
bought the hype, bro. I literally bought the hype. I was like, all right, that's cool. I'm gonna do it. But at this time, like the whole market is down, bro. It's like ETH is like
Yeah.
$1,700, Bitcoin is like 30K, and everything is just like in the toilet. And
I
everyone's
think
like,
I think Bitcoin was around like 27
yeah,
around when Shiba Swap came
yeah,
out.
yeah. It was
It's
low, low,
crazy.
low.
Oh man,
It
just think
was
if you would have
down.
got in at 27.
Yeah, well, I was, and that was like my first thing. I was like, all right, I'm gonna buy into this thing. I put 2 grand in, and actually I put $1,000 in at first, and then over the next Shiba Swap launches, it's kind of a mess, right? Like I don't know if you were there at Shiba Swap, but like I lost like $200 in like failed transactions on Shiba Swap, trying to like provide liquidity, just trying to do simple swaps. It was just failing left and right. They've got a lot of that worked out now, but it was kind of a mess, and everyone's like, "Oh, this is a flop," and it's tanked even more. And so,
and that was when ETH fees or gas fees was climbing.
Yeah, that's when they were reasonable. Yeah, that's when they were reasonable.
But I think my last SHIB transaction on Shiba Swap, I think cost me like $17, and I was like, this is outrageous.
Yeah, I know, this is crazy. What is that? Yeah, I was mad. I lost $30 on a transaction. Anyway, and then it like dipped super low. Like, okay, I think my initial buy was at like 0.5086, and then it dipped down into the fives, and that's when I was like, and I was just watching all these videos and all these people reading all the stuff, and everyone's like, you buy when it's red. The redder it is, the more you buy. And so that's what I was like, just trying to think. Like, everyone's like freaking out, like, oh, why is everything so down? And I'm just like, all right, this is my time to buy. And so I bought in, and then everyone's like, it's going to come back, and it didn't. It just stayed right where it was, bro. It just, it literally didn't move from that like 5 to 6 range for months and months and months. And everybody sold out, and it just kept staying there. And like I was reading all these like comments and watching videos of people being like, you know, SHIB is a scam, it's a flop, it's not going anywhere, it's not doing anything. And I just held on, and then it went all the way up to 9. And at that moment, I had made like $60K from that, and I didn't sell at 9. I ended up selling at 6, and it ended up coming out to around 30, which is fine. I mean, it was a huge win still. You know, I saw it falling, and now it's down in the 3, so I'm glad that I did sell out. But it's just nobody has the patience to wait, right? Like, that was a solid, I think it was like 6-7 months before I made that money, and nobody has that patience, right? Like, if somebody really wants to make money in crypto, they could go buy today. I really think this. Don't do this and hold me to it. Not financial advice, as they all say. But like right now, with Ethereum down at 3,700, one day it's going to go back up to that $4,800 range. If you go buy 10 Ethereum right now and you wait 2 months, you're going to make a couple of grand. Like, you know what I mean? But the thing is, nobody wants to do that. They want to get in on the early token, and then they want to not wait, and they just want it to pump, and it doesn't, and they freak out. And they scream rug pull scam, and they run, and then they don't make any money. Yeah.
Well, see, and like I say, that's where, you know, that's where I want to put it. You know, a lot of my focus and is wanting to get help people get into some of these like good projects, you know, early. And you know what I mean? Because it makes you feel good especially when you make a little bit of money. It makes you feel good. You know what I'm saying? And then it gives people a little bit more trust in the project and stuff. And it's just, I really want to try to help, you know, people get into these early, you know, put them in the know about early projects, you know, and you know, especially projects that I'm investing in. You know, if I'm gonna invest into it, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna throw it to you, and you know, if you invest in it, you do, or you don't. You know what I mean? But you know, you just got to understand it. I'm still taking a risk because, like you said, I mean, it's an early project, so there's no telling what it's going to do. If it's going to, you know, it might 100x, it might just 2x, and just sit, you know, and I don't know. I want to help more people feel good about investing in the crypto. You know what I'm saying? Because they're so concerned about price action and not watching like the percentage fluctuations. You know what I'm saying? They're like, oh my God, well, it's already at 0.001. You know, it's been out 2 weeks. It's already at 0.001. There's no money to be made. Well, if it's a good project, it's likely to still jump up 1,000% within a week. You know what I'm saying? And that's where your money is. You know, it's not exactly the price of the coin. It's those percentages that you want to see. You know what I'm saying? Because those percentages, you're not going to see that in a savings account.
No, absolutely.
Ain't no bank's going to give you, you know, 5%, 10%, 100% increase on your investment
in like
what?
Like a month.
Yeah. Like Tarp, man. Tarp, I think immediately went like 1,600%.
Yeah, that's stupid.
Hey, wow.
Yeah, Well,
ain't nothing going to give you, you know what I'm saying? But that's, you get in there early, but even still, like, it's still early.
yep.
You know what
No,
I'm
it's
saying?
still
So,
early.
and it's still, it comes down a little bit,
Hmm.
pumps. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And that happens with any token. You know what I'm saying? And when you got a real good, strong community, and you have a project that's like legit and has utility, it's going to continue to go. It's going to have its ups and downs, just like anything. But it's still going to continue over time. I mean, it's still, over a month, it still might 100%
Yeah.
increase. Ain't no
No, for
bank gonna
sure.
give you that in no month. Ain't no bank
No.
gonna give you that in a year.
No, definitely not. The way I think about it is I think this has like been helpful because I have a lot of my family members like whenever Neko was coming out and all that and they wanted to get in on the pre-sale, I like let them and all this, but they were like, man, $1,000 is a lot of money, right? Because that was like the max or whatever it was, 1,200 bucks. And
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah. And they're like, where should I put money? I'm like, not all in my project, bro. You need like the way I see it, and I know I told you this before. The way I see it, I have like my United States dollar savings account, right? And that's like my money that I'm gonna count on if I like in a situation where I am right now, right? I just left my job and I'm like trying to
Yeah.
make this crypto thing work along with a bunch of other side projects. But
Yeah.
like that's money that I can count on will always be there. Then I have my long term investment portfolio slash crypto savings. That's actually like how I think of it in my mind. It's my crypto savings. So for me, that's like Solana, that's Ethereum, that's BNB, right? These are coins that like are gonna go up no matter what, right? Like if you look back, if you zoom out to a year, all these coins are on an upward trajectory, bro. They're all
Yes.
going up. They're
Yes.
all going up. Like you cannot think about it like I just transferred a whole bunch of money into BNB, and then at like 550 I think I put it in, and now it's down to 518. But it's
Yeah.
like now my portfolio dropped a few grand, but you can't think of it like that, bro. You got to think of it
Yeah.
on the long term. It's on an upward trajectory. Like just a few months
Yeah.
ago, it was hovering in the $300 range. If I had
Yeah.
bought it then,
Threes in the
yeah,
threes.
exactly. And just a few weeks ago, it was up at the 600. So it's on an
Yeah.
upward trajectory, and like my friend who bought like $5,000 worth of ETH whenever it was $100 in 2016, 2017, around that time. Um, I mean, like, he's the one that taught me that. He's like, these are coins that you invest in long term. These other
Yeah.
coins over here, SHIB, Doge, whatever, fill in the blank, Xenu, like
Yeah.
all these other tokens. Tarp, I would even put it in this category. Even
Yeah.
Saitama, maybe not Saitama now that if they get Saitama mask, but right now it's still just a meme coin that's saying they're going to do some stuff.
Yeah.
Those are coins that you take your money that you want to like you really want to see some gains, but you're ready to lose it. Like
Yeah. Definitely.
that's the way you have to divide it in your mind, right? So overall, as you have your money sitting in crypto, it's climbing at an insane rate, right? Your crypto savings account, right? That's sitting in ETH, Bitcoin, whatever like major coin you decide to put it in, that's a super high market cap. That's on an upward trajectory. That's keeping you safe, right? That's your
Yeah.
401k plan. And then you take this other money, right? A couple grand, and you throw that into all these other little projects, a few $100 here, a few $100 there, and
Yep.
you're gonna win, bro. Like
Yeah.
you will win. There will be coins that you win on. You just got to know like not to be too greedy, right? Like that's something that's getting to
Exactly.
me, right? I've been
Exactly.
up $3,000 and I didn't sell. It basically would have been you, right? You were telling us earlier about Doge. You bought
Hmm.
in at 2 cents, less than 2 cents. You sold at 50 something cents or 60 cents, whatever.
Yeah.
You
63.
you could have been greedy and been like Doge to a dollar, Doge to a dollar.
Yeah. I'm gonna read it out. Doge to
Yeah,
a
and,
dollar.
and you could have held it, and you would have lost bit, and you wouldn't have lost. You'd still be up because it's what 17 cents right now.
Yeah. I mean,
But
as long as it didn't drop below 2 cents.
yeah, but
I mean,
regardless, you would have lost a lot of that profit. Like you sold at
yeah.
the right time
Yeah.
because you weren't too greedy, and I think that's like a trap that a lot of people fall into. So you just have to like whenever I go into these like short term plays, right? And that's why I sold my Tarp, and that's like what burned me is I was like I'm gonna put in five. I was trying to put in 10 BNB, but it wouldn't go through. So I was like I'm putting in 5 BNB into Tarp, and my goal is to 3x my money. If I 3x, I'm out. Like
Yeah.
that will be a quick win because I didn't know anything about it, bro. I hadn't even heard of it until you posted it in the Discord. You came in and
Yeah.
you just said, "Yo," you literally said Tarp launching 2 hours contract address, and I said B and B question mark, and you said yes.
Yep.
And that was the whole conversation we had about it. And I didn't talk to you again. I just said, okay, I'm going to go. I got my money. Like, all right, I'm trying to 3x my money. And within 5 minutes, it was at 30K, which is extraordinary. That, like, almost never happens. But that's why I sold. It's like, I made my money. I'm not going to, like, be greedy here. And yeah,
Yeah,
if I had held, I'd have 400 grand right now. But a
yeah.
lot of times it doesn't work that way in these short term plays. A lot of them
And
fall.
I'm in that same boat with Tarp. You know what I mean? I within, I thought it wasn't even 5 minutes
Dude, it
when
was
my trans
quick.
yeah, when my transaction went through, it was like 30 seconds and I want to say 17 grand in 30 seconds. And I was like, I panicked. I was like,
Dude, me
oh
too.
my God, can I sell this? And
Yep.
I sold. If I wouldn't have paper handed, if I would have diamond handed, man, I would be, I'd be sitting somewhere around, let's see, 500,
Yeah, something like
500K,
that. Yeah. Yeah,
500K,
but the
somewhere
thing
around
is
there.
that you couldn't have known that, and
I
and
know.
no one could have, and also like all the other times that we've all been burnt on these pump and dumps. So I think we made the right call, although we missed out on big gains, and we both
Yeah,
immediately bought back in and are still holding, and now because it's proven itself as a project.
yeah,
But until it does that on these like early things, you don't know what's gonna happen, and it I think you got to go into it like, all right, I have these positions. These are my diamond hand positions, and these are my paper
yeah,
hand plays. And these paper hand plays are where you get in, get out, make a few grand, and run.
yeah,
But if it's a project like Tarp that then proves itself, I'm buying
yeah,
back in and holding. And that's the same thing like Saitama, right? I put that money in and I put it in as a diamond handed position and I wasn't going to touch it. And I haven't touched it. I'm just like letting it sit no matter what
yeah,
happens. And so it goes up, it goes down. I don't care, but I'm diamond handing it. But it's not that much money, so it's not that big of a deal. But a lot of these
yeah,
paper handed plays, I usually will put in, at least 2 grand and hope for the best.
yeah,
Because I
yeah.
mean, I had it where I put in. There was one particular play, I don't remember what it was. Inuyasha, I don't know, one of those other anime coins, and one of my friends he put in 2 ETH, right, and he put it in at the exact same moment that I put it in, and I put in $1,000, and we 4x our money, and so I made 3 grand, and he made like, I don't know, what is that, 8 grand times 3 or 4, yeah, a lot. He made over
Yeah,
30
30, like
grand.
32.
Yeah, overnight because we went to sleep and we woke up and it was super high and he
Wow.
sold. And so after that, I was like, all right, I'm gonna up the ante a little bit. So now I try to put 2 grand in, but I have lost it, right? But
Yeah,
but mostly I win, and so that's all that really matters. I mean, if
yeah,
you win more than you lose, that's all. But stomaching the
yeah.
losses sometimes is hard.
I know. And I've been trying to get over that myself. Even like, okay, well, sorry, I already took out my initial investment, but seeing my profit get cut in half,
Hmm.
it hurts. It hurts your soul.
Something that I've done that helps me, it might be good advice for someone or it might not be. I don't know. You can take it or leave it. Um, is not think of these coins in dollar value, right? So, like
Yeah,
for example, I know that I put in 20 BNB into Tarp, and right now I still have 20 BNB into Tarp, but technically I'm actually down if you wanted to actually do the math because whenever I put it in, BNB was like 540. And now BNB has been at like 510 all day.
yeah,
So I still have 20 BNB. It's just that the price of BNB went down and
yeah,
all this kind of stuff. So technically I'm down. But the way that I view it is I think of it actually as the amount of tokens that I have, right? So I just think about as long as I don't lose any of my BNB, right? I put in 20. If I take 20 out, I call that a win because I know at some point BNB will recover. And so
yeah,
that's a good way for me to think about it. Like,
yeah. Absolutely. I mean, I full on expect BNB to hit it at probably end of next year. I mean, BNB might be 1,000.
yeah, I think so too.
It's going, especially with crypto receiving more and more investors
Hmm.
every day.
And they're
And
doing a lot to improve their ecosystem.
yes,
Like
yes,
they have like $500 million worth of money that they're giving just to GameFi projects, right? All these NFT games, and they're just handing money out like, hey guys, come
Yep.
build on our blockchain, and all those types of things. They're putting serious money into their infrastructure, and it's gonna climb,
Yes.
especially if ETH doesn't fix their stuff, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm looking by market cap right now. It's nowhere close to ETH, but it's third right now
Yeah.
on Coin Market Cap. By market cap, BNB is third. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Especially just a few weeks ago or a few months ago, it was down to 300 and it was way down the list. So it will
Yeah.
climb. So that's why it's helpful if you like open up your crypto portfolio and you see it's down a few $1,000. Like, don't freak out, bro. Unless you lose,
Yeah, not at
unless you
all.
actually lose your money, right? Like if you put in 10 BNB into something and you only take 5 out, yeah, you can feel that because you're not,
Yeah.
it's not going to recover. But if you get the if you still have the same amount of coins and you believe in crypto, it's going to climb. It's just going to take
Yeah.
time. So just be patient and wait. And that's why, what's that Warren Buffett quote? I can never remember it exactly, but basically, like, he said the stock market, but the market is like the transfer of wealth from the impatient to the patient. Like that's
Yeah.
the ultimate thing. Like I can't
It
stop talking
is.
about it. My friend, he bought $5,000 worth of Ethereum, and he said, "Whatever, I'm gonna ignore it." Here we are, 4 years later, and he's got an insane amount of money.
Wow.
He's stupid rich. And your
Yeah.
friend, right? You're telling me your friends bought Bitcoin when it was 5 cents or something.
Yes.
And
Try to get me in and say, and oh, that's fake. That's fake.
uh,
I'm not buying that. What are you talking about? It's not even real money. What am I supposed to do with this?
yep.
You know what I'm saying? And here it is. I think that was back in 2000. Man, I think it was 2009, 2010, somewhere around there. And look at it now. And it's
Yeah.
like that $1,000, dude. That thousand, I wouldn't want for nothing. My kids wouldn't want for nothing. My grandkids wouldn't want for nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And it was all because, I didn't take the time to research what somebody was trying to tell me to invest in.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't. It's just one of them. It's a learning curve, man. It's one of them things. It's like lesson learned. I'm not missing this train now, because 4% of the population, only 4% of the world population is into crypto.
Is that
Just
an accurate number? I didn't know that.
yeah. Last I heard people talking about it, man, it's just roughly about 4%. And
Ooh.
just think what's going to happen when you hit 25%.
Dude, even 10%.
10%, yeah, 10%, man. It's phenomenal. Dude, crypto is so early. Getting your skin into some crypto right now, you're early. Now, like I say, the market, getting into the market, you're early. These coins, individual coins, you just gotta. It's hit or miss. So you can't look at the coins. You got to look at the entire market and what it's doing. And it's growing.
Yep, absolutely.
It goes up, it goes down. It's like I said, it's like the stock market, but it's a little bit more volatile. You know what I mean? It has its super highs, super lows, but if you zoom out, that's why they say, when in doubt, zoom out. If you zoom out on them charts, it's steady.
You'll see it. Yeah, that's. I'm gonna zoom out on the Bitcoin chart right now, especially because if you look at this chart, I know you can't see it, but if you look at this chart right now, if you look at today, it's way down, and you could be concerned that if you held one Bitcoin right now, it was $48,000 and now it dropped down to $46,000. So that's concerning.
Yeah.
But if you zoom out, this boy is going up.
Yeah.
He's going nowhere but up, and he's going to have severe dips on the way, and then he's going to recover, and then a dip, and then recover, and a dip where we are right now, and then it's going to recover. And
Yeah,
no
because I'm able to pull it up or whatnot, but
Yeah.
your screen. But man, just look at that. Man, look at that mountain where it's just.
Yep. Yeah, for sure. I think this right here was the first halving. I could be wrong because it went. No.
Yes, I think
it was
it
way
was.
down here. You'd have to zoom
Was
way
it?
down here. I think.
Hey, you know what? I remember, dude, if man, I forget what year it was in. I think it was like 2017 or 2018. If you zoom in real close, you'll see a dip in Bitcoin. It happened for about I think it was like an hour, about 45 minutes, Bitcoin dropped to like 17 cents. Like it
That's
was like
crazy.
an extreme just crash. And it
That's
dropped down to
nuts.
17 cents. 45 minutes later, it was up over like 5,000.
Oh my goodness, that's nuts. Yeah, that's where trading bots come in, man. If you, I've been looking into that. I've set one up, and I even developed one and stuff, and that's pretty interesting stuff, right? Because there are these stark just drops, but they happen so fast that a lot of times they don't even show up on the charts. Like, um, like there are moments where like a coin will just drop like 30%, but the buy happens so fast by all these other trading bots that it literally looks like it never happened, but it
Yeah.
really did. So even if you just take like, I don't know, I've done it. I've had some success if you just put like, I don't know, like if BNB is at, like one day BNB was at like 550 at this point, and I said if it hits 510, buy. And it did, but if you look at the chart, the low for the day was not that low. It just has these like super sharp. It just dips and then it comes right back up, and
Yeah.
and it just is what it is. But yeah, that happens. It's crazy. But now with all these trading bots, you'd never get in on that.
Yeah, yeah, and that's one thing I really like about Tarp is because in their code or whatnot, it's they prevent bots.
Hmm. Yeah.
So I mean, and it's really helped with keeping people interested in the project as well,
Yep.
because you don't have you have those fluctuations, and you're not seeing a bunch of these bots just buying and selling all the time.
Yeah. Absolutely. I want to look at Tarp one more time. Is it recovering still, or did it die? Well, let's see. Trying to find it. Here we go.
Somebody's asking about Z Inu.
Oh
Yes, I
yeah,
am
I
invested in
just
Z
saw that.
Inu. I am up actually like 2 grand on Z Inu.
Nice. I bought into that and I made a quick few grand and I got out. I paper handed that position. But oddly, that was a funny one. I actually bought into it right before your pop or anyone promoted it. I was in some Discord and someone's like, "What about Xenu?" And I was just bored and I was like, "All right, I'll look into this." And I went to their website. I was like, "This looks kind of funny," and I put a few $100 in. And then the next day, your pop like put out his buy alert and released a video and all this, and it just happened that I got in super early, and
Yeah,
I cashed out and made 3 or 4 grand on that one.
nice.
But that was dumb luck that I just happened to buy the night before. Because then
Yeah.
everyone started talking about it. And I should have held, but I just some of those plays, man. Like that was one. I'm going into it, and I'm like, I just want to make a few grand out of this, and I'm gonna get out. This is not a project I'm believing in long term, but they might prove me
Yeah.
wrong, and that's fine. I think Saitama did that to me, right? Because I did buy Saitama at one point, and then I sold out of it after I made a little bit of money, and I was like, I don't really think this is gonna go anywhere, and they have, and so that's cool,
Yeah.
and I'm glad that they proved me wrong, but it's like my long term holds are like Solana and
Yeah, Solana, Cardano,
yeah.
I'm in Sandbox.
Hmm. Yeah, that's
Um,
gonna be a big one.
I do
Um,
have some ETH. I
you
don't
know
have a
one,
full BNB.
you know
You know,
one
a
that is
little
that
bit.
my favorite right now that nobody's talking about. Nobody, bro. This token, Kadena, dude. This token is legit, bro. The guys who they're their own blockchain, right? They're not on any other thing. They've made their own like highly scalable blockchain, and the
Okay.
dudes who developed Wells Fargo blockchain, because they use blockchain technology for their transactions and stuff now, which is super cool. But the guys who developed it made this project, and they have like super big backing, like big boy money backing, and they have their own algorithm and everything. But if you look at this, uh, I got into this. It won't even go back that far. I got into this at 50 cents
Oh wow.
just the other day, like not that long ago. It spiked up to like $25.
What?
Yeah, dude.
Oh
Yeah, dude.
man.
And I hold like 240 of it or something. I bought
That's
it
amazing.
at the 50 cent range, and it spiked, and it's held like I mean, it dropped back down into like the $10-12 range right now, but if the market recovers, it's gonna spike back up. I
Yeah.
think it'll hit 25-50 bucks again. But
Nice.
it's a super good, like their technology is super legitimate, and I don't know. I heard about it from mining though, because I'm a miner. So
Yeah.
it was one, and I don't know. Anyway, I was considering buying a miner that would mine it and all this kind of stuff. But yeah, they're a super good project. This for me is a long term hold. I really think my
Okay.
241 day will be like a couple hundred grand. Not
Hey.
exaggerating. I believe in a
Yeah.
project like that. Um, and then the other one for me is Solana. I think those two projects are going to go places just because the technology
Yeah.
behind them is insane. But that's a weird thing about crypto. Nobody cares about the technology; they just care about the hype and making a quick buck.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
But one day the technology will outweigh it.
Yeah.
At least I hope.
That's like Jetstar and Cred. You know what I'm saying? Jetstar. They got a lot going for them, man. They got the I forget the name of the company, but their games. I mean, their games are legit.
Hmm.
And with coming out with that, I just needed to mention that real quick because I need to get off of here in just a little
Yeah,
bit
no, you're
because
good.
I had to throw that in there, man. Because dude, I'm invested in Jed, and it's I got into Jed at 7. I think it was like 7 cents or something like that,
Hmm.
and it has the potential to really boost. And
Yeah.
then
And then K
of
Red,
course,
right?
of course, we got into that the KRED
Hmm.
K
K
Red or
Red,
whatever.
whatever you calling it. Yeah.
Yeah, the pre-sale's about to close on that. I'm excited. I can't wait for the public sale to finally launch and
Yeah. Are you gonna
see
buy
what kind of
more?
profits.
Are you gonna buy more in the public sale?
Yeah.
As a quick, okay, all right. I am
Yeah.
too.
Hey,
I mean, I'm gonna play
when,
it just like I played, the Tarp sale. I know it won't be that big or
yeah.
anything, but the fact that people are holding and that, like, the fact that nobody can dump for the first week, uh, that
Yeah.
that's big. That's gonna make the
It's
price move.
yeah. With the I think I so the pre-sale was 3 tiers. The first tier was $1,000 buy-in. Second tier was 2,000, and third tier was I want to say was it 3?
Yeah, something like that. I don't.
And then each tier was locked for you times
Yeah,
that by 30 days. So first tier is locked for 30 days. Second tier is 60, and then the third is 90 days.
yeah. I'm trying to find.
And
Yeah, it says the. What is it? Is it first tier? Tier one is locked for 30 days. So
yeah,
that
tier one's locked
means
for 30 days.
that means that nobody can sell their pre-bought tokens for 30 days. So that's big. Like
That's
that's
huge.
that's what made Tarp go so crazy because nobody had any to dump. So whenever
Yeah,
it launches,
fair launch.
buying. Everybody's buying, and that makes it huge. And I think this will be the same way. I mean, it's not gonna unless they do get promoters. I don't think it would be as crazy, but I am hoping for a 5x. That's my hope out of that. And not I'm not
Yeah,
talking about my pre-sale tokens. That's a separate thing. But for the money that at like the moment of launch that I'm gonna put in, if I can 5x it, that would be dope
yeah,
for sure. But anyway, yeah, this has been awesome. I think we after this stream, hopefully next Monday will be our next stream, right? That's the plan.
yes. Monday's gonna
Monday.
be our next stream.
Yeah, so Monday,
I'm
Wednesday,
excited.
Friday is the current plan, but bear with us, it might change here or there, but hopefully we can stick to that. And then after today, it should just be on YouTube. That that's
Yeah.
that's the plan. So uh, hopefully we can stick to that and have that going. So anyway,
Yeah, and like I said, we threw a lot of information out here. It was just a lot of just talking, kind of like those fireside chat type thing. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Just us talking. Later on, we'll try to be a little bit more focused on specific topics. On especially how tos.
hmm,
If we're buying into a project, we're going to mention a project. We want you to know how to purchase that project. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of this is geared towards the beginners. Even some of the veterans in crypto that if we might mention some coins that you don't know anything about. And we're going to try to put those out there and just get you in the know about it. But a lot of this is going to be geared towards just the beginners and just getting them informed on the processes of okay, well, you got to have this platform to buy this token and then move it to a wallet to buy it, through the swaps and stuff, and really just get into the how tos of how to do that, because I can't tell you how many people don't know how to do that, and they're wanting to get in on crypto and they don't know how to do that, and then they might have been early enough to buy into it when it was super low, but they didn't know how to do it.
Yep.
And it skyrocketed, and then it discouraged them from buying it because they're like, oh, well, it's already boosted. Well, I don't even know how to buy it, so it's like whatever.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so our for in the future, this is going to be a little bit geared. We're going to have a little bit more structure and get things, just a little bit more organized. But yeah, this is exciting, man. I'm juiced. I'm really. Man, thank you so much for even mentioning this, man, because if it wasn't for you even just saying, hey, you ought to start a YouTube, it's like I wouldn't even thought about it, and it's like now it's like I'm all in, baby.
Hey man, you made me 35 grand in about 10 minutes. I think you deserve it. Yeah. So this man needs a YouTube channel. He's got to get the word out, man. This is insane. So anyway, yeah, I think this will be cool. So yeah, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. 7:30 Eastern. That's the current plan Eastern. Till I don't know if we'll go this late every night or whatever. I guess we'll just see how it goes. And then I think on our YouTube channel, we'll probably let's say leading up to the cred sale, posting videos on how to buy it. Also,
yes, definitely.
Just information about the token. I think that would be cool. Just short little videos talking about it and just saying, hey, we're going to hop in this. If you want to come for the journey, come on. But we do got to be careful about the whole we're not financial advisors thing. But I don't want to be like those guys that say every 25 seconds. They're like, oh, yeah, I think you should definitely buy this token. Oh, no, not financial advice. That's so corny, dude. You just gave me financial advice and you're just telling me. So I don't know. I think there's got to be better ways, if we just put a disclaimer at the beginning of the video or the end of the video or something like that, so we're covered, but we don't just have to be constantly just saying it, because it sounds so corny to hear it all the time. Yeah. But anyway.
Yeah, definitely.
But all right, guys, we will see you on Monday evening or in the Neko Discord or the Tarp Discord or some Discord.
Yes, I am around. If y'all don't know, I'm Dragon Rider.
Yeah.
So if you see me around, I'm in many Discords, man. I'm all over the place because I want to be in the know. I want to see what's going on, and especially if it's something I'm invested in, I want to see what's going on. Make sure it's still progressing, and everything. And I'm around. Just know I'm looking.
Sounds good. All right, guys. You guys have a good night, and we will catch you later.
All right.